Hey guys, we are going to be ranking every Call of Duty from worst to best, starting from Pain to double S tier. From Pain to D to C to B to A to S to double S. Yeah, and let's get into it. At the bottom of Pain tier is Vanguard. It is so unbelievably bad. The map design, the aesthetic wasn't there, and the guns. They were either extremely overpowered and everyone would use them, or they just suck so hard and no one ever used them, such as the Type 11, who had the weirdest iron sights in the universe, especially in a COD game. Now at the top of Pain is Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 I actually kind of liked. I just put it on the top of Pain tier because I didn't really like it that much. And what I mean by I kind of liked it is it had some replayability value. And so when I play it, I kind of enjoy myself, but not that much. For some reason you die really quickly in a game with 150 health, and you have to manual heal, which I actually want in another COD game. Like that was a really good aspect of the game. The maps were kind of good. My personal favorites are gonna have to be the throwbacks, obviously. And the DLC was weird. Like there were common supply drops which you get frequently and you only got one, but if you get 50 of them you got a free DLC weapon plus 3 supply drop, if you know what I mean. I don't really know what I'm saying right now. Now we go on to D. World at War. Yes, this whole thing is my own opinion, and this is the only one on D. The reason I don't really like World at War that much is the maps. And no, the guns were the best. The maps, I just feel, were super dark and huge. Like, if I had to compare them to Call of Duty Ghosts in map design, why isn't anyone slandering World at War for their map design, when Ghost has the huge maps and World at War has more huge maps? I think it's because there were vehicles, though. I just didn't really like World at War. As you can see, I'm also ranking maps off of aesthetic pleasingness, because I'm not a big fan of layouts, because I don't really know how to rank layouts. Anyways, for bottom of C tier is World War II. I like this game. Like, everything above C tier, I like. I don't really know how to feel about this game at the same time. There were so many weapons, and the weapon variants were cool. They were like blueprints, except they had different designs instead of different attachments, and the designs could range from really good to really dirty, which were the epic designs, but the heroic was just like chef's kiss. But the maps were actually really good for a game with strange aesthetic, dark aesthetic. It is a World War II game, so I'm going to let them off the hook for that. But yeah, the guns all felt the same, because when you got some different gun, it felt similar to a different one that you had. And the nuke is, I'm just going to barf at the side of the nuke. Like, it is the worst nuke in COD history, and I cannot deny that, and you cannot deny that. And at the top of C tier is Warzone. I kind of like Warzone, but only on the aspect where you can have teammates, which is pretty obvious for a battle royale, and so I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't know what to say about Warzone. Warzone is just simple. Now for B tier. At the bottom of B tier is Modern Warfare 2019. Yes, the maps may have sucked, but there's something about the graphics. I don't know. I guess I just haven't played it that much because of some glitch that doesn't let me play. But I just don't know what it is. The guns were kind of balanced. The AS Val. When I immediately got my hands on that, I needed more ammo, and so but it was just overpowered. I can't talk properly right now, I don't know why. And at the top of B tier is Advanced Warfare. The only reason I put it at the top of B tier, like, it would be way higher for nostalgia purposes because I'm kind of young, but if I had to go by non-nostalgia, I would say it's top of B tier. It looks really cool. The gun variants, actually I have played Advanced Warfare, just no one's online for some reason, but the gun variants looked overpowered. I love the maps, especially Solar. I can just name every type of map in Advanced Warfare and say it was good. I don't really care about the size. It's just pleasing to the eye. I love it so much. Okay, now we're on A tier. This is where everything is starting to become mega ultra. And if you notice that there's a bunch of Call of Duties that you don't like, this is my opinion. I am sorry. At the bottom of A tier is Call of Duty 4. I have played the remastered version, but original Call of Duty 4 looks super cool. There's not many dark corners compared to World War at War, so it doesn't look as bad. The map design was great, especially how most of them were set in the Middle East, which I personally love for Call of Duty maps. And the guns. Oh, the M16 is the best thing that has ever happened to me. I love it so much, and you should too. In the middle of A tier is Call of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, this is a weird pick, especially for the map design, because the maps were really big in Call of Duty Ghosts, but I don't really see how Prison Break is big, because I don't understand how big maps have to be to suck. But personally, I love the squad point system. And what is the Maverick like? Like the Maverick and the Maverick A2. What is that like? Because I can't get it. People are actually still playing it today, except I keep going to the American servers and it makes everything laggy, which sucks. But there's not really much I can say about this. Middle of A tier. Let's go on. At the top of A tier is Modern Warfare 3. Now from the looks of it, I don't really know. The maps seem kind of bland to everyone. But if I look at it this way, I've seen my dad's old clips from Modern Warfare 3, and it looks really good. Like the guns look really, really original, because most of them are exclusive to the game and have never came back in another one. And Dome. Dome is perfect in every single way. Dome. Now, we gone on to S tier. At the bottom of S tier is Modern Warfare 2. I'm just gonna say one word. Nostalgia. I've never seen my dad play it, but okay, I was just looking at that clip and I've almost put up the middle finger, but yeah, the intervention, TAR-21, it looks so good. Now for the second placement in Black Ops 2. I meant the second placement in S tier is Black Ops 2. For all the people I've played it, I feel like you know what it was like to play Black Ops 2, and you know that it was super cool. But if I had to look at the footage, I love it. The map designs, Raid especially, Raid's my favorite map. Not of all time, but it's probably my second favorite map of all time, next to WMD, which comes at first, but the guns look so cool. I want to try this Cheekum, even though apparently it's really bad. And yeah, that's all I can say. I don't really know much about it because I've never played it. At S tier, on the third placement, is Cold War. But the only reason I love it is because it's the first Call of Duty I got to properly play when it was on release. I wasn't able to play Call of Duties in the past because I was too young, but this is the first Call of Duty I got to grow and love, and another reason I love it is because it took off because of Black Ops 1, and it was basically a sequel to it, which makes it even better. And you'll see Black Ops 1 later in the video. And at the fourth and the top of S tier You might be surprised, but this is the most underrated Call of Duty in the universe. Literally. Infinite Warfare. Oh my gosh. If you guys just judged it off of the gameplay trailers, download it right now. It is actually kind of good, and people play it. People still play it to this day. The variants were way better than Advanced Warfare in my opinion, because it gave you special abilities and shared it with other guns instead of having different stats. I like different stats though. I want to see that coming in later Call of Duty. The maps were perfect. I think there were only like 3 bad ones to me, which were Retaliation, Scorch, 2, I guess. But the guns, Energy, and Ballistic. Okay, I'm just gonna say it right here. I am a big fan of futuristic Call of Duties. So much I would put Advanced Warfare even higher if I got a chance to play it. Futuristic is just my thing to do. And remember, this is my opinion, and so it makes a lot of sense. Now we have reached the SS tier, and there are only 2 Call of Duties that qualify in the SS tier. I actually play Cold War more than Infinite Warfare, which tells you how much I love those 2 games. But at second place for best Call of Duty in COD history is Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3, ooh, the jetpacks were smooth. The maps were the best in the series. The guns were the best in the series. The supply drop system was probably my favorite. It gave you a chance, a really, really small chance of giving you something, which just made it more intense to get supply drop weapons. The only supply drop weapons I have are the Galil, the PPSH, the XPR-50, the 1911, a bunch of melee weapons, and the ballistic knife, and the D13 sector. That is a fun thing. That is a fun thing to use. If you get the D13, I recommend you try it. Now, Black Ops 3 was just perfect, and the challenges to get the supply drop points is just beautiful. I want to say immaculate, but I don't know what that means, and I hope that I use that word appropriately. And at number 1, the best Call of Duty in the world that I have actually played because I was in a hotel, Black Ops 1. Oh, nostalgia to its maximum. I cannot believe how much nostalgia it is. And the guns. They were so fun. They were so fun to use and everything. The maps. They were my favorite in every Call of Duty. Especially how they do... Oh my gosh. I remember him getting a nuke. But the maps were the best. WMD. Firing range, jungle. Oh my gosh. Best in the universe. Cracked, and I feel like Cracked is underrated, because Cracked, it had this one point where you can jump off of somewhere and you can parkour into another place, which I personally want to do again, but I can't because it hasn't been remastered in another COD game since, and it is kind of underrated. Okay, well, I've ranked every single Call of Duty. See you in the next one. Bye.